Hi guys, Central here, and today we're going to be reacting to the video called ynwmelly Start Crying at New Trial Events. Here's why. And if y'all don't know who ynwmelly is, a rapper, been in jail for a while for killing friends, for allegedly killing his friends and all that stuff, which is starting to be like more proof, and he was released at first, but then he like made him go back for a new retrial at the video says right here, and we might react more from the channel because he is playing off. So let's go.
ynwmelly returned to the courtroom today. However, fans noticed that Melly has been looking a little rough. However, he is still smiling. Melly's manager would also share, just in a matter of slime, on ynwmelly's Twitter account, where you can still see that he is smiling and he's still being positive. However, Melly has been going through a lot inside of jail lately, as Melly was just hit with new charges alongside YNW Borland.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction. ynwmelly, his real name is Jamel Demmons. He's actually in plain clothes in the courtroom for the first time in months, again, as this judge really starts the long process of seating a new juror.
As these charges are all connected to YNW Borland's massive mistake that ynwmelly is now in trouble for some reason. It would be announced that Borland was arrested for witness tampering, as while he was being arrested, his house was then raided by the feds, and they found insane paperwork against Borland and Melly.
Melly's co-defendant, YNW Borland, was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22nd, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demmons, aka ynwmelly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.
It would then be announced by Rice and Paul. Here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Borland's house last week, as filed into the Broward clerks. Alongside these photos here of YNW Borland detailing where certain
like proof like it were gonna be set up during the situation on how they were gonna do it, and then they have another proof that YNW Borland had it at his house and all that stuff. And I remember I think it was DJ, yeah, it was DJ at the Deadman's, where it was like, how you don't have this inside your house and stuff, yada yada. Why would you do that? And yeah, it's like, why would he just have it?
Were sitting, along with a description of what they looked like, all drawn out on a piece of
red hair, blood,
paper.
Born.
As during the original Melly trial, YNW Borland showed up for one day to speak with the judge. While doing so, he took a mental image of what the jurors all looked like, and he drew it out on a piece of paper. To understand how serious of a crime this is, here's DJ Academics' reaction.
To keep it real, this is sloppy.
Yo.
Borland, how the f*** you gonna have the notebook?
That's what I was just saying. That's what I was just talking about.
In your house. Like, god damn. Holy sh**. You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, come the f*** on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. Like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
Due to this, ynwmelly has been going through a lot inside of jail, as he doesn't even know when his upcoming retrial will even begin now. This has now made Melly's mother extremely nervous for her son, so she knew she had to step in. Bryson Paul would then tweet, ynwmelly has been transferred from Broward County Jail to Paul Rain Detention Facility in Florida. He is awaiting his retrial to resume. Now, it is actually a lot deeper than this, and allow me to explain. ynwmelly was transferred from the Broward County Jail that he's been sitting in for 5 years to a different jail in Florida that specializes in one certain thing. Now, it begins with Melly's mom doing a public interview where she would expose the Broward County Jail for not allowing Melly to use a phone to call family or even to look at his own mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't give it to him.
Wow, man, this is.
To receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't give it to him.
Right after the interview, she would then start a petition to have law officials look into the Broward County Jail. She gathered 50,000 signatures and she still heard nothing, which is why Melly's mom would also go on to state the following.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
So with the help of the interview and the petition, ynwmelly was then finally moved county jails after 5 years. But there's a much deeper meaning to it all. As a viral comment would share, I believe the Paul Rain Detention Facility is to house people struggling with mental illness. I really hope that Melly is mentally okay. Now, this makes a lot of people believe that ynwmelly is struggling a lot more than what we know, which is similar to what Melly's mother was going through during the original trial, where it was so bad that ynwmelly was seen asking her if she's okay during a court session.
Yeah, I know this.
As it got so serious that even rap OG Boosie would go on to share his own reaction to what Melly's mother, Jamie King, was going through.
Okay, so I met his mama while he was in. Okay. I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
However, things are going to get much worse for ynwmelly in the coming weeks, and allow me to explain. It all began with his most recent court hearing, as it would be shared inside of a courtroom a report that says, ynwmelly has been incarcerated for 1,870 days despite not being found guilty. His latest court hearing shared his possible release date, as it would go on to detail the only way that ynwmelly could be released right now, and it begins with Danny Polo returning from the original trial to now help out the new lead prosecutor in the upcoming retrial, where the two would then go on to investigate through ynwmelly's social media, where they would find a very concerning post.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, the snake. He's saying he's YSL, saying he's a dog, and because of his YNW for life hashtag on it with the 5-point star as well. Mr. Devins had big league hand signs posted, displayed.
Okay, and see the individuals again. And see that's also Young Thug.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and access.
This would end up revealing that there is a chance that Melly's team YNW has street ties connected to Young Thug's team YSL, who is a part of a YSL RICO case right now. Now, this all came at a very convenient time for the police department. Melly's lawyers were just getting ready to put in a paperwork for bond release for YNW Melly, as it began with a report of YNW Melly's mother, Jamie King, informed a family friend about the trial update in the appeal process via Instagram Live. King shared that the appeal process could take anywhere from 5 months to a year, meaning the upcoming retrial isn't likely to start anytime soon.
It delayed my baby's trial again, so.
So it finished, and now it was
a mistrial.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't give him a bond, which I've never heard of people not getting a bond on a mistrial.
I have
a retrial.
I have, because my kids' people saying happened and no bond. Yeah.
Like what? And then now it's delayed again because the judge ruled on a bunch of evidence from the first trial that wasn't going to be allowed to be used.
Right.
So the prosecutors appealed the ruling. So now it's gone to the 4th DCA. And that can take anywhere between 5 months and a year.
Yeah,
so you don't like what the judge said because your warrants were illegal.
As Melly's mother is frustrated because Melly had a very high chance of being released on bond, but it's very convenient that when Melly has his best chance, the police find that new evidence to use against Melly. They show the judge, and the judge basically confirms that there is no way that Melly could be let out in the free world now. This relates perfectly to what Boosie said about YNW Melly. When the feds want you, they'll do anything to get you.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way to
penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Really smart.
Oh right, yeah.
They waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for 2 years, 3 years.
They could have been took you to trial.
Yep.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. I just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't happen, really.
Making many believe that the Florida Police Department are corrupt, as the very concerning part is the new evidence folder against Melly coming in the retrial has new pieces of evidence that we didn't see in the first original trial, as some new evidence goes on from a man named Jay Hood. He's a close friend of late King Von, and he lived in O Block alongside Von in Lil Durk, as allegedly YNW Melly told King Von a secret or even asked King Von for some advice on how to handle a situation, to which Jay Hood would reveal what it was.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people can say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? What the bam? I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, they was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
As he's revealing that YNW Sack Chaser and Juvie were allegedly going after Melly for financial gain, leaving some to believe that maybe King Von gave some advice to YNW Melly on how to handle the situation a specific way, especially if you know King Von's resume. Now, when you pair this evidence with the already hard evidence against Melly, this is where everything starts to become clear. Evidence from Melly's phone revealed that YNW Melly texted somebody literally admitting to doing the crime.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response.
Now this was crazy. Like, if you're trying to prove yourself that you're not doing anything right, why, like, for just to like maybe have them confused on purpose, that had to be a reason from why Melly would say that, right? So that's his test, right? That's his test. So they, like, you know, curious and had all that stuff. But why? Yeah.
I did that and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02. The ynwmelly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
While also sharing the concerning evidence shared by Sergeant Williams, as he revealed that there is no way that this could have been a drive-by, and the person that committed the crime had to have been sitting in the back left seat.
That has some movement in it, which is round site.
I know this picture.
It's actually moving in that to create the little bit of a that you see there.
At the same time, they are right, you know, because drive-by shooting, why is it just on the right side of the car? Unless drive-by shootings usually happen while you're not in the car, usually, right? Yeah, it usually happens when you're not in the car. So that's definitely, and plus, if they were really trying to, let's say if it's true, like let's say if they was Rabbi Shum, wouldn't they wait until the car stopped, unless like some Tupac stuff, or where they wait where it's a red light, then start shooting as much people they could or something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Why would they just leave if a drive-by shooter were really trying to kill them? You know what I mean? Because that's plus, and that's
17 outside the car. How many rounds were inside the car?
3.
And can you exclude the for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas is coming from outside of the car?
Yes.
With Williams revealing the crime must have occurred inside from somebody in the back left seat, YNW Juvie's mother would then go onto the stand to share who was sitting there.
Can you state your name? Your full name and your family. Okay. And are you related to one of the in this case?
Yes, I am.
And how's it?
To his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Deposit 21915. Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
And is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right-hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Jamel.
And Jamel, is that the defendant, Jamel Demons?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so I'm gonna pause this video real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. Okay, so now this is why the Melly murder retrial sealed the key by. I remember this dude. I used to watch them. CUF Boys. If you want to subscribe, so you can. This man already have 1 million subscribers, 2 million. So let's go.
First time in months. The retrial has been paused since the state filed an appeal back in January. The appeal is based around the documentary on Melly's YouTube channel being admitted into evidence. There's a part in the
I haven't seen a documentary yet on film. Like I didn't even know that it was from the channel either. I thought it was just other people, but maybe I share it on my own if y'all want me to.
Documentary where it says Melly was present in the car during the quote-unquote drive-by. The state filed this appeal and they know it's going to get denied. They're just buying more time to build a better case on Melly. That's what I think. I reported that 2 months ago. People have been asking me for months what's happening with the Melly trial. It's paused. Nothing's happening. Melly's team is trying to get it to proceed. The state is literally saying no. That's what happened today in court. You only get like a 30-second clip you'll see at the end of this video. I don't know why there was no live stream of court, so we don't really get much of court footage, but yeah, hit subscribe. Here we go. All right, so first First thing we got right here is state's motion to strike the defendant's request for status hearing and permission to proceed with litigation. So it says on January 25th, 2024, the state filed a notice of appeal, blah, blah, blah. So now it's going to go up to the appellate courts. On February 7th, the defendant filed a notice of cross appeal. First and foremost, the court doesn't have jurisdiction to hear nor rule in the defendant's motion. The state is saying a stay has been issued, which means like no more court essentially until the appeal is finished. The defense motion states in paragraph 3 that on April 10th, 2024, defense counsel contacted the appellate counsel for the state and alleges that it was of the state's opinion that there is no need to file any motion with the 4th DCA as they believe the trial court can still proceed on. The undersigned is quite perplexed why counsel for the defendant would circumvent contacting the lead attorney on the case to discuss matters related to the above captioned case. Instead, call others for answers. At the very least, the undersigned should have been included in these conversations. So the state's mad at Melly's team trying to figure out everything to fucking speed up the case, pretty much. It was Melly's old white lawyer, Daniel Aronson or whatever, regarding a general question as to whether discovery could continue on with a case currently on appeal. At no time did anyone state there is no need to file any motion with the 4th DCA. Additionally, it appears counsel attempted the same tactic with the Attorney General's office. Another partner in defense counsel's firm had contacted the AG's office. While on the phone with the Assistant Attorney General, the attorney placed defense counsel for Demons on the phone, who generally asked if discovery can proceed while the case is on appeal. Due to the general nature of this question, without being provided any details, the Assistant Attorney General responded that discovery can proceed as long as the matter does not impact the appeal. Had the undersigned been included in these conversations, counsel for the defendant would have been reminded that a stay has been issued in this case, a fact left out of the conversation that had been taking place. So the state is mad that the defense was trying to go around them to try to figure out if they can continue on the trial, even though there was a stay issued and they can't really do anything and it's at a standstill. Counsel for the defendant is bound by the rules of the appellate procedure and should follow them in seeking relief. They should not seek legal advice from attorneys employed by the state of Florida due to the inherent conflict of interest, blah, blah, blah. Defendant's third motion to compel forensic images of the cell phones belonging to Christopher Thomas and Anthony Williams. The undersigned learned that law enforcement has not provided the forensic images of Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas Jr.'s phone. They were assured that a new detective would be doing a second download of the phones and the proper forensic download would be provided. However, instead of the forensic download, the state attorney provided a subset of data in a 5- and 6-page PDF, limited to a few items out of millions, that is unusable in any defense. So they gave them 5 pages when they should have given them hundreds of pages or something, apparently. The prosecution has access to the phones of Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas. If you don't remember, that's the victims. That's Juvie and Sack Chaser. According to the PDF report, has created forensic copies of those devices, however, have refused and continue to refuse to provide a copy to the defense. This motion has been filed twice before and in support of the state attorney's flagrant and ongoing discovery violations. Buckaloo alleged that the phones could not be turned over due to the belief by state attorney's office that the decedent, Anthony Williams, was engaging in sexual relations with young girls, and there were maybe pictures on the videos of these young girls on the phone. But it's important to know that this fiction that Anthony Williams created CP or is in possession of such on his phone has unilaterally been created by the state of Florida. The defense is not in possession of any evidence that would support the allegation being made by the new team of prosecutors. Nonetheless, Buckaloo maintained in January 24 that the download would need to be reviewed for CP before being disclosed. The state has not provided any reason why the cell phone of Christopher Thomas can't be provided, so the defense thinks that the state is lying about this whole CP situation with Sack Chaser. Either way, just turn over the phone files. I mean, how hard is that? I feel like I could get that done in an hour. Do we have the file right here? Oh, yep, let's download it. I can send it to them in a goddamn Dropbox or Google Drive. There it is, done. What are we doing here? So obviously, Melly's team is pointing out this is Brady and they need to turn it over immediately. The obligations under Brady trump any and all protections that the state may ordinarily have in not turning over required information. All right, so this was filed 2 days ago. Defendant's motion to set aside stay or modify stay to allow discovery to proceed. So basically, what I would imagine here is Melly's lawyer is going to ask to, keep this going. Let's get this going. Let's allow discovery to proceed. On January 26th, Honorable Court granted the state's motion for stay, basically stalling the entire case to give them time. I said that in my last video when I reported on this whole appeal. They know this appeal is going to get denied. This is literally just giving themselves more time to build a case on Melly because they're new prosecutors on the case and they just got the case. Because remember, they got the other prosecutor kicked off. Counsel has not been able to locate court records filed with this court requesting a stay. Okay. Therefore, if undersigned counsel's search is correct, it was improper for this court to grant the stay as there was no motion filed in the lower tribunal. Oh, so Melly's team is saying this whole stay is improper. Therefore, this court has jurisdiction to modify the stay that was issued to allow the defense to proceed with discovery, including taking of depositions, motions to compel discovery, and all matters surrounding discovery. I can't believe we don't already have all the discovery. What? There's already one trial. How has the state not sent the defense all the discovery? This is a retrial. I mean, I know there's different tactics and everything, but how did they not have everything? This is crazy to me. Therefore, whether a stay was properly put in place or whether it was not, this court certainly has jurisdiction to amend the stay or declare it not having any effect as it was improperly rendered and allow for discovery to proceed. Okay. So for some reason, there was no stream of court or any official video whatsoever. So this is all we have is this short put up on YouTube. And as you can see, but my boy's dreads are long as hell now.
It is. I went it down.
I still can't believe he has those grills in.
Yeah.
But this was from today. This is
You're on appeal because Your Honor granted their motion.
She just said, we're on appeal because Your Honor granted a motion to suppress evidence. The documentary where it's an adopted admission, they're trying to say where he says he was in the car with them, but it was clearly an editor that typed that, like a video editor typed it, not Melly was editing his documentary.
Because of that caveat, we do not have to file a motion. The stay is automatic.
So she's saying the stay is automatic. They don't have to file a motion. Interesting. That whole document I read where they're saying the stay wasn't, it was improper. In other weird news, Bryce and Paul also reported Melly has been transferred from Broward County Jail to Paul Rain Detention Facility in Pompano Beach. Paul Rain is a medium security prison for adults. Melly's been detained at Broward County Jail since he surrendered to authorities in February 2019. Melly's co-defendant, Borland, stays at Broward County Jail as he awaits trial. So very strange. I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone being moved from a jail to a prison awaiting trial that's not convicted. It probably happens here and there, but I've just never really heard that. Some people would say prisons are nicer than jails. Like you have more leniency and more freedom in prisons because, it's like not a temporary thing. You're in there for years and people get comfortable and the guards probably get a little bit more comfortable with people in there. But I guess it all depends on the facility. But it's strange that he's being moved. Why is Melly being moved 5 years later? Like I don't understand that at all. If you know anything.
So he being moved, yada yada.